Hello everybody, this is Sci-Fi Junket again. This will be my lovely take on the whole sex strike problem, movement, hashtag, whatever you can call it. I hate to say it, but it kind of already happened. It was called Me Too. Except for this time now, instead of attacking just men, you're attacking, all men and the, lawmakers. And what happens is that you fail to understand that not all lawmakers are women. Matter of fact, it was a woman that signed a bill, I believe it was in Georgia, that makes it where abortion's pretty much illegal, unless in case of medical problems. It was a woman that did that. But yet it's it's a man, a man's, the men are the one that's keeping the women from actually having abortions, and it's men that are the ones causing the problems for women. It's the men doing this, and it's men doing that. That's that's all I hear on most of the places that I see this problem happening. Women saying it's men doing problems to make it where women can't have abortions, and it was a woman that signed a bill to do that, make it where it's illegal, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, technically speaking, if you want to go farther back than that, you could actually read the Bible and find out that it wasn't a man that started the problem, it was a woman that started the problem. But I'll let you guys decide if you want to do your research about that. After all, I'm just, probably going to be called an incel on this lovely, wonderful video when I am a caregiver to my mother and a fiance that lives 40 plus miles away, has to go to a nursing home to see his fiance. Yeah. So it's you ladies might want to reconsider the whole abortion thing to begin with, because it doesn't matter whether once you hear a heartbeat, it's kind of a person in there. Just because it's not into this world yet doesn't necessarily mean it's not a person. Now, granted, it is your right to go ahead and kill off that baby. Most women do. They see a baby as a problem, so they go ahead and do the whole adoption thing, and presto changeo, they got rid of a problem. Because that's what they saw the baby as a problem. They didn't think of what that kid, and it doesn't matter if it's a boy or girl, but they didn't think about what that kid might do to make this world a better place. They didn't even want to try to think about that. They just wanted to get rid of the problem. There are women out there in the world that can't even have a kid. They have to adopt. That's what you're doing. You're preventing other families, other women that can't have kids because they have a medical problem to make it where they can't medically have a freaking kid. And you're preventing them from having a kid because you decided to go ahead and kill yours off instead of giving it up for adoption. So, what you women need to think about, think long and hard right up here. Think about what that kid will do. If he or she ever gets born. I mean, yeah, he may even be, he or she may even be a butthole. I learned a couple days ago that that's the first thing that forms is, the butt when it comes to babies. Yeah, oddly enough, I did find that out. But that's what most women don't think about. They don't think about, if the kid will help change the world, help make the world a better place, help make it where we don't have to worry about this or that or whatever. That kid could even been the lovely doctor or nurse or whatever to help find medical thing, figure out how to solve medical problems. Could be a space engineer. Could be a computer programmer. See, he or she could have had a lovely, wonderful, fun-filled life doing whatever he or she wanted to do, whatever he or she wanted to learn. But since you decided to have an abortion, you'll never know. You'll never know what that kid would have turned out to be. You would never know what problems that kid would fix. And you'll never know if that kid would be willing to try to find you if you gave it up for adoption instead of killing it off. Because you saw it as a problem instead of seeing it as a blessing. Now, I'm sure there are some kids out there that were pretty much an accident. Sometimes accidents do happen, but those accidents became a blessing in one form or another for some people, that decided to keep those kids, to keep those babies. Matter of fact, I know for a fact that if I wasn't into this world, my mother, instead of, being here, me trying to fight to keep her out of a nursing home, fight the government and everything else along the way, she would be in a nursing home right now. I know that for a fact. Matter of fact, that could be the very thing that could help you. I mean, if you get a kid that's responsible enough, like I am, do the same thing I am, all by themselves, because, after a while, family decides, if they have brothers and sisters and they happen to have wives or, husbands, depending on if you have a boy or girl. And, they, after a while, all the family will stop helping a person once they're, after a while, when they're a caregiver. When they're a caregiver, after a while, the help stops. And that person as a caregiver is all by themselves. But you'll never know if your son or daughter will be your caregiver because you decided to end the problem. Because you saw them as a problem. You didn't see them as a blessing. Now, I do sincerely apologize for this video being as long as it is. I do sincerely apologize for sounding mean, rude, and crude, and everything else. I even apologize for this being a rambling video. But when it comes to the subject of abortion, I rather not, deal with it, because in a way, the abortion is killing a person that's not brought to this world yet. There's still a person in there. You may be carrying, you may not realize it, but you're carrying a person inside you. You need to think about that before, you really need to think about that before you decide to have an abortion. Think about adoption first. Give it up for adoption. I'm serious. You need to think about that. Because, like I said, you'll never know what that kid will turn out to be like because you decided to see them as a problem and you decided to get rid of the problem. Now, with that being said, don't have too much fun, or at least try not to. And, yeah. So, just think before you act when it comes to abortion. And that's pretty much all I got left to say. So, thank you very much, and bye.